to the like, follow, and hit the notification bell. I know it's going, y'all know that it's going up. We're gonna go from place. It's gonna be a bit of a ride. It's gonna be a roller coaster. So I'm glad y'all tapped in. Get your lunch, get your nightcap, get your drink. All that shit is gonna get you right. It's gonna get you what we're doing. It's gonna have you ready to get what we're doing today. Steven Rod, Steven Roller Coaster. My padded submarine, roll out the red carpet when we pull up on the scene. I'm married for my denim, yeah, $1,000. I'm so 5-star player. They need to know about. So, what I wanted to really touch on right now, briefly, because this came into my mind, it came into my spirit. I said, hold on, we gotta touch on this shit, so we gonna inspiration. Inspiration, girl. What is your inspiration? Inspiration. What is your inspiration and what is you inspired by? What are some things that keep you going? What are some things that when you think about, what are some things that when you think about things that make you happy? What inspires you to get into your happiness? What inspires you when you feel like you're down bad, but you gotta keep going? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that extra energy source, or what is that inspiration slash motivation? Yeah, what gets you going? Like, you know what? People should get back to getting inspired and being inspired. You know, it's so many times, like, and some of us, we just got that fear button that we need to hit so we can get over the fear. You know, because fear is just, and I've stated this before, it's the fear of the unknown. You know, sometimes it's uncharted territory, but somebody got to be the first to do something. You know, there's nothing wrong with having inspiration from someone else, from being inspired by someone to make you go hard in the paint. Tap into your heart in the paint. Tap into your goal. Like, I study a lot. Like, I've been studying a lot of other things. I want to learn about the meta. When I seen something earlier spoke on metaverse and like how you can buy like little plots of land in the metaverse. You know, for instance, Snoop was selling something in this metaverse, you know, a plot of land, and then this is like, you know, everything digital. So you being able to go in and say, hey, let's say I bought land, a plot of land in the metaverse, right? And I'm able to go in and tap in with Snoop, like on a personal, like, oh man, I'm tapping because it's like you part of the, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like, it's like buying a nigga a mansion, nigga on the block, but in the metaverse. That's how deep it is. And so even that right there inspired me to say, hold on, it inspired me. Let me get this right. It inspired me when I seen that. I didn't see it. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, hold the fuck on. That's some shit a nigga needs to be tapping in about. That's some shit a nigga needs to be tapping in about. So I'm looking into that, but it inspired me. It had me like, okay, what are some things that I can do? What makes me want to get into my bag, you know, and how could I regain that energy? Because it was at a time where a lot of us probably doing the retrograde transition, like things switched up on us. It was like the reset, the reconfiguration of self, and sometimes on the verge of discovering yourself again. Uh, well, most times you got to redo the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go back in and redo the pipe and the plumbing inside. Not like you got to go redo the inside. You know what I'm saying? But on that road, some of us probably lost sight or touch of that, and it's the time we tapping back into that. So get back inspired. What were some if you lost that little shit? I'm gonna just say, if you lost like the zeal and the lust for life and the go travel or the want to see shit, or like if all you can do is your 9 to 5 and come home and then you have no more to give, like what are some things that you can tap back into to get you out of that? Because all that is I was saying earlier, we have to take back the power. Just like how they put negative connotations on sacrifice. I spoke on that earlier. Some shit happened on the earlier live, so I had to like reconfigure So then I'm like, let me double back since that one had got deleted. And next time I'm gonna just keep all the raw, if it's raw, unedited, or if it's just like you're gonna get the real transparent. You know what I'm saying? All that fancy editing and all that shit, no, get transparency, get the realness. So yeah, my apologies on that one for words I wanted to tap into that. Back was in high vibrations, but I'm doubling back. So we got the joint vibration with the raised vibration right now, and so I won't lose train of thought. I'll tap back into what I'm saying about taking back the word sacrifice, because there's so many negative, and I'm coming for all these niggas that making all these videos and running it up on sacrifice. Y'all stop misleading the people. Stop misleading it. Stop misleading. See, what they do is what they want to keep you away from, they put negative connotations on. So to keep you away from shit, I make it negative, then spread the agenda on that. That's why it was agenda on the word sacrifice. When if you really do the motherfucking inner work and you gain some clarity and understanding on that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That it can, really, it's like, let's say you trying to get snatched. You want the snatched body for the summer. What you gonna do? You gonna sacrifice a lot of that late night eating out. If you're trying to save money, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna sacrifice eating out. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you gotta cut off the tree to keep it good. Feel me? When something spoiled a branch or something, like the roots all fucked up. So there's things that you cut back, like, you know what I mean? Motherfucker might sacrifice his when he get off work, and you know how you be tired, but some people might go right to the gym after work. So then in between that time, you sacrificing to get the body right by going to the gym. Or on the weekends, your off days, you know what I mean? You might sacrifice the extra hours of sleep to go and do your garden, so you can get your yard together, get your backyard together. That's what the motherfucking word sacrifice means, my ninja. But we can't fault y'all, right? So it's taking back ownership of your consciousness. You know what I mean? These small minor details of how you can get back to getting that lesson that's there for it, like to get back to that inspiration. Because I tap in on a lot of people's timelines and I be inspired. I see a lot of older people, a lot of young people really getting to it in different things. You got people that just build, you know what I'm saying? You got people that build the brand just off storytelling and let you know what it is. And I see the numbers go up. And there's so many things that you got people doing the culinary, man. Like, hey, welcome to my kitchen. Today's episode is this, and this. And it don't have, and it's not necessarily mean it has to always be on YouTube. But it's going back to happy places. Because sometimes some of our happy moments, even though we all got traumas, like, come on now, right? We're gonna be transparent. We seen shit. We had shit done to us. We done shit, right? We have trauma, right? But let's talk back. But what about them happy moments, my ninja? And I'm trying to watch that because I know about how, YouTube be trying to come for, I don't know, they do it, but you feel me? But what are some happy moments in your life? Like, I can reflect on happy moments in my childhood and find inspiration. Because then I could tap back in what was making me happy as a child. You know what I'm saying? And then attribute that to now. Like, am I doing that still? Or what can I, Like, kid, I was an avid reader because my mom has always bought me scholastic books. My mom always read to it. Like, I would say she always read to me, but I grew up in a household where my mom kept magazines. So that kept me wanting to read. That right there. And to this day, I'll be calling my mom and I think, like, Mom, I thank you for my intelligence. No matter how anybody adjusts the cover, because I'm a melanated king, I'm hella sharp. I'm hella sharp. And I know that my challenge has always been people trying to make me less sharp than I am. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to talk condescending or make me look like I'm stupid or something. So I always think back to my childhood for what gave me the inspiration. Avid reading. My mom kept music in her nigga house. So I could say every Christmas I got some kind of form of instrument. So that was confirmation. Okay, music is in my life. I'm here to do something with music or entertainment because I can name drum sets. I had a guitar before, a DJ system. What else I had? Shit, nigga, a microphone. Mom's bought a nigga a laptop at a young age. I had these things. Being able to go to the studio at a young age, being around because I was born in a musical environment. And so these were the things that made me happy. I have memories of like, you know, how you go out with, you know, family picnics and shit. And, you know, family outings, this is functions because once I learned the word, once I really learned what picnic was, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. That was, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that come from, it was a pick a ninja day. I go back to the slavery days. You can look that up, but we're not going to make it about that right now. But these were some things that inspired me, right? And then what I do is I make it make sense in the present time. So living in the moment, I think about what am I doing currently? Am I doing things that gets me inspired? And knowing that in ways I was here to entertain people, but in ways I'm here to heal people too. At the same breath, I know it's like a crazy, feel me? But I confirmed that already with my spirit, with myself. Like I'm here to teach and heal, but at the same time, I'm here to entertain and still, you know what I mean? Like learn as I'm going. You feel me? And that plays a big part in me dropping content. So that's why y'all gonna see a lot more content. And yeah, and as I drop more content, you know, it's gonna be more. It's gonna get more and more precise, more and more clear, more and more on point, more and more just, you know what I mean, more and more professional as I go along. But you gotta remember, when I'm just doing this to get it off, doing this to build it up, and I'm doing this to heal, to entertain, because it's gonna be all that in one whop. And that's why this is the one time. This my page, this right here, this platform is a one-stop shop for you when you pull up. You know, the energy here gonna be A1 all the time. It's amazing because it's a lot of transparency, but then it's a lot of unbiasedness. You know what I'm saying? We're not biased here. You feel me? We love life. So you can get the entertainment side, you can come get the healing side. Feel me? What are you inspired by? I might inspire you. You might see some things on my page that inspires you to really like. Cause some of us we have to admit. Like I had to admit when it was a time where I lacked the inspiration, where I lacked the dedication, I didn't have the energy. You know what I mean? There was times like, you know, me being a sun sign, like there was times where I was a staunch, a heavy procrastinator. I mean, a lot of times in my life, I just procrastinated. Me reflecting on times when I fumbled the play. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how we grow. We gotta like let ego go. We gotta share ego so we can like really see the inner demon, our inner, like, you know what I'm saying? Our inner demons, our inner light, all that shit. Like we gotta address it. Like some of us gotta peel back layers to get to the inspiration. Cause some of us gotta peel it back. You know what I'm saying? Get the energy off. Be transparent. But you build up this different energy to where now you own. Now you inspired on other things. You might have woke up your inspiration for cooking and now you back in it. And somebody left a comment on your page that just turned you up in a light way. Like the feedback just was confirmation for you. Like, oh, okay, I eventually need to get back in the kitchen. And then you might start really like on your cuisine and studying different. I mean, these are just examples. But it starts with knowing like the study of thyself. A lot of us, we so busy studying another MF program that we don't even know ourselves because we study worried about what the next nigga, the next ninja, the next B got going on that we don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I learned that with myself, I said, fuck that. I want to redo my plumbing. Let me redo my house. You know what I'm saying? Inside my. And what I mean by that, I'm speaking esoteric. So I mean, redo me. Let me address what I got going on. That's how come time. You can fumble the bag by just not honing in on the most pertinent things in your life. Like what's serious? When we know as quick as January can come, we could be 6 months into the year that fast, and then you gotta ask them, okay, in that first 6 months, how closer I am to a short-term goal or long-term goal did I set for myself? Because when we don't set no goals, we just keep going. See, when you don't set goals for yourself, now you just living to live because you ain't got a goal, so you just, it's day for day. And there were a lot of days where I did that. Wasn't no inspiration, wasn't no goals. I was just waking up to do another day. You feel what I'm saying? Your goal ain't just a 9 to 5. That's the natural. Because why? Everybody have that. Rent got to get paid. Lights got to stay on. So we're going to look at that like this. Okay, rent got to get paid. Lights got to stay on. That's the prerequisite. We're going to stop there, right? Prerequisite. Rent got to get paid. Lights got to stay on. That's the prerequisite. After that, what the fuck do you got going on? We already know that. That's regular. I used to want to get a pat on the back. Oh, I get up and work, but nigga, I should. I'm supposed to. In a sense, until we gain financial freedom. See, some people's purpose and passions over time, when you start watering it, because you have to water that. See, you can't just say you have a person and passion for something, but you're not studying that. You don't wake up and do that. That doesn't get your D. Like, you know what I mean? What I do get my D hard in a sense. You know what I mean? That's esoteric. So don't take it physically. Like, I mean, I'm physically erected. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I love to do it. This is what I'm doing now. I can do this. This is what I do. When I'm in the studio, I'm at my happiest. Ask my cousin. You pull up on Dejan, he's like, yeah, man, when that nigga's in there, man, I'm in my state. Like, you know that place where it's like you would get an attitude if you get bothered because you there. You at your bliss. Like, this is what we do. So where is these places for you? Some of us got too many layers we got to peel back to. Like, everybody don't got as many layers as the next ninja. First, you can address that. Everybody trauma different. Everybody background different. People grew up in different geographical areas. Then if I break it down on the spiritual, we all got different bloodline lineages. So ain't no telling what kind of DNA traumas on the cellular level on top of your traumas. See, look, not only just your traumas that you have accumulated in this timeline that you're right now, but the ones that come with your DNA though, coupled with that. And then how do you react with it in the internal level? How does it come out externally? Come on now. See what I'm saying? Come on, because it's internal, but then how does it come out on the external? And what are some negative coping mechanisms that you use when it comes out of them externals? Like the shit that people don't want to think about. You know what I mean? Like, I notice when a lot of friends and I know a lot of people that be calling me for healing, texting me for healing. And I know that for me, I have to be in my right state of being to even like give you the read. You know what I'm saying? To help a friend on the spiritual tip. I don't want to give a person a effed up read. I want to be tapped in on the highest frequency to read the play, to give the person the highest feedback. And I'm a friend, a cousin, a relative, a brother to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I have an uncle, you know what I mean? That type of shit. That's unbiased. You know, if my uncle wrong, I'm gonna call him out on the spot. I've grown to a level of understanding. So if the homie's wrong from the set, hey, my nigga, you was wrong, my ninja. Like, what's going on, my nigga? You wrong, blood. Like, we grown. Nigga, I'm grown. I'm an adult. So now I'm in a space of I dictate my program, right? But I don't want to dictate my program from a place of ego. I want to dictate my program from a place of my higher self, so that every move I'm making is for my greater good. Huh? And these are the things that you have to notice, that this message is going to tie back into the sacrifice part. You see, they place so much negative connotation on sacrifice, and this is where we got to wake up on. I'm hip to it. But I know that they put a lot of negative energy and negative stuff on shit that they don't want you to study or learn, and then they do it. See, to keep you from it. They keep a lot of ninjas out of it. If I make something negative, you know, if I what's the opposite of glorify? Vilify, is that right? I don't know. I'm going to say vilify. But y'all make sure y'all flood the comments and correct me if I'm wrong on certain things. You know, my apologies. But I want to say vilify. They vilify some things to make you not even study it. And that's how I know a lot of people don't do the work, because they could just go off what somebody say on the news and run with that. They wouldn't go double check, fact check. You know, it's so many barriers, the layers we have to peel back to get to this. You know, like we're trained to see everything with our two eyes. That's why we have our third eye, where we don't need the two eyes. The third eye is the shit you can't see. Your third eye is the shit. Your third eye see the shit your two eyes can't see. They got you fooled thinking that everything has to be in the physical sense to see it. Hence, what do you think intuition is? Why do you think we say tap in? What do you think clairvoyance is and all that other stuff? You know what I mean? Come on now. You can use that to your inspiration, because you can be doing things and you might have a deja vu moment, which unlocks an intuition type of thing, and then that might lead to a confirmation on something involving your path. involving your inspiration, involving you getting into your bag, involving your purpose, involving your passion. But then when I pull up on a lot of people, people don't know what they're inspired by. And then a lot of people still have certain complexes. You know, that's why you have energy stealers. They be mad at the next person's joy. You gotta be careful of that. See what I'm saying? Because that can then turn around and affect your energy. What if you was getting up and that's like me, for instance, right? Let's say on a higher level, I got somewhere downtown, like renting out a studio or something, or like a what you call that, like a factory warehouse or something to shoot a podcast, right? Like let's say I wasn't shooting it here, but I was shooting somewhere to shoot a podcast, right? And then let's say I allowed somebody to steal my joy, and then I brought it to the podcast, and I'm supposed to interview a big artist, a big name or somebody. Now I done fucked the interview up. Now I done brought the energy from the house to my podcast. And in return, that done fucked up my interview. And this could be a big name that could really elevate, you feel what I'm saying? Elevate it. So you have to be, you feel me? And not call that, those are called energy vampires. Why? Because when they see you happy, they come and suck it up. Because they have some things that they haven't addressed. A lot of energy vampires are mad because they haven't even peeled back some layers to heal their traumas so that they can get their purpose and passion. Because energy vampires, if they had something to do, they wouldn't be sucking your energy. They would have their own energy to go do something to get into a bag. Purpose and passion. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, you know, you just want to be mindful. Like, I'm an all-around guy, but I'm very blunt, honest. So now I'm in a space where a lot of people, friends and family, get cut off from me. Why? Because I'm very blunt and honest. So I'm not gonna hinder my growth by having to watch what I say to mind how you gonna react or how you gonna feel about what I'm gonna say. Because if you gotta water down anything you say, then you gotta ask yourself what's really going on. You know, these are some things that's gonna help you. These are some tools. It starts with the spark of the question, the acts of oneself. You know, and then what are we doing? What are you doing in your time, your downtime? So, you know, reclaim your energy. Feel me? Like get back into that, like that lust for it, that zeal for life. That I want to wake up and go hiking at 5, 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm at the beach doing yoga at 7 in the morning. Type of energy. And these are just examples. Whatever it is, you can wake up and read your little spiritual quotes. You know, do breath like at one point I was waking up and I was doing like 15 of breath work in the morning. And I was just with the breathing techniques that I learned from and actually those techniques, the breathing techniques, I learned them from a book out of Auntie Iyanla Vanzant, one of her books. She teaches. Yeah, she was speaking on a lot of things about your Yoruba culture, but I had started doing that for a minute, you know. So it's things that even myself I'm getting back tapping into. Like, hold on, this is good for self. This is good for the growth, good for the spirit, you know, good for the elevation of the mind, and they work. Because instead of you building that wall around yourself, you build positive coping mechanisms instead of a wall. So even when you find your inspiration, and why? Because you're gonna why? And let me say this: why will we have to build positive coping mechanisms instead of a wall? Because on your road of self-discovery, on getting back into your purpose and passion, yeah, life occurs, things happen. So you need to know how to positively cope with it so that you don't fumble your bag or your play. So that you pass a test. Some of these, this should be spiritual tests. You feel me? So you want to remain present. You want to remain in the present. Come on now, I'm waking y'all game up on this. Like y'all, you know what I mean? Like, so make sure that y'all run the lights up, the notification bell, so every time I drop something, you tap in. And make sure you want to engage with people in the comments. Like, subscribe, and engage in the comment section. Let me know some feedback on how you like the video. What would you like to see more on me talk about? Engage with me. Tell me what you want to see, or some things you would like me to speak on, or if you would like you have some feedback on how the video can get better like this. I'm welcome to suggestions. Other than that, we loving this life right here. You know, sending it through. Also tap in, Gutter Man, 100 floors up. Go run the numbers up. It's on the channel. There's gonna be more and more to come. And make sure you like, subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe, baby.